Now, our first guest today is a businesswoman, designer, author and mum to one of the world's biggest superstars. In a UK exclusive, Charlene and I sat down with Beyoncé's mum, Tina Knowles. And having recently been given the all-clear from cancer, she was in fine spirits. And Tina joins us now. Hi, Tina.
Hi.
Obviously, you have written this book, Matriarch, a memoir. Fantastic title. You've sectioned it into three. You've got daughter, mother, woman. You've had such an interesting life. Why is it only in the sort of the final third of your life that you feel that now is the time to write a book?
Well, several reasons. I started down this road about maybe 12 years ago when I got my first divorce. And I started just recording in my cell phone because it was something about getting a divorce that I felt like I had to tell my story for my great-grandchildren because I lost my parents very early in life and I never met my grandparents. And so I wanted my grandkids to read the real story for me and get that history. And I encourage everyone else to do that. Also, I just think that I'm so much more secure now. I lived my life just in protection of my kids. I never wanted to embarrass them. I never wanted to talk about anybody or tell anybody's story. And finally, I figured out that I could do it without telling their story and keep it about my life. And also, I have to say that I feel worthy. I feel like somebody is interested in my life. And before, I don't know if I felt that way. I'm like, oh, they're just going to want to ask me about my kids. They're just going to want to know my family's business. And so now I feel I'm just way less concerned about what people think.
I love the story. I mean, it seems remarkable now when you look at her success, but there was a time when Beyoncé didn't get the lead in a group performance because she'd given up voice lessons and she didn't work hard enough. And you said to her, your message was, well, you know, life isn't fair. And that's often not the modern way now, is it?
No, it's not. You know, they were taught, I think that lesson really resonated with her throughout her life because she knows she has to work for things. All of my girls do because it's not just going to be given to you because it's fair or because you brought somebody to the group. You know, you just not, they can't ever feel entitled. That's the message.
And I don't think any of your girls have ever behaved with entitlement at all. And that very much is down to the way in which, you know, they have been raised. And the closeness that you all have with each other, you speak about when you touch on your breast cancer diagnosis. And I was just wondering, you know, your girls have been amazing and we're really lucky to work on a programme surrounded by so many incredible women who really help to lift each other up during moments when things can be difficult, but also celebrate the wins as well. Do you have a group of women, aside from your daughters, who are your group, who help to lift you up in such moments?
My best friend since sixth grade, and I talk about her in the book, Vernell, is still one of my best friends. I have this whole group of women that worked at my hair salon. It's probably about 8 of us. And I actually had them all come for my birthday a couple of years ago. And I had my friends in LA. But friendships with women is of the utmost importance to me. It's one of my biggest priorities to stay connected because, you know, when I went through that, I depended on my daughters. I didn't tell everybody in my friend group, but I didn't even have to tell them what was going on. I just went to Houston and gathered my girlfriends and we went to church, we went to lunch, we went out partying at a club and dancing. And I just told them, I don't want to talk about what's going on, but I need you guys right now. And they were all right there with me. So it's been a big part of my life, my whole life.
It's difficult to be vulnerable in front of your daughters, isn't it? Because we always feel as mothers that we've got to sort of protect them.
Yeah, I did. But with this one, you know, they were the first people I told. They were the only people that I told for, you know, for a while. And they rallied around me. They always have at those very difficult times when I went through divorce. The first time, you know, I was devastated. And my girls were right there to lift me up. And tell me that I could do things and make me laugh because, you know, at those times you need laughter too. And they are my rock, really.
Yeah, and it is a beautiful thing to see. How important is it for you to be open and honest and project the closeness that you have and also your representation as a successful African-American family? How important is that for you to project the positives as well as the negatives in your lives?
Oh, that's so important because, you know, it's funny, doing this book has been, you know, I've dealt with a lot of the trauma that happened in my life, which I didn't even know that it was trauma or that I still probably carried some of that in me. But what I do hope that people get from the book is that with all the things I've been through, I just refuse to be bitter about anything in my life. I think it all happened for a reason. And I don't feel any bitterness. So it's really important to show the joy too, because you have to have that balance of both. It can't just be all one thing.
And look what the many gifts music has given you over the years. It really is such an incredible, it's an incredible way to express ourselves in so many different ways. And you've got grandchildren now who also want to express their ways in a very creative way. But, you know, the things that we've talked about a lot in this programme, the things that young people have to deal with now is very different from what we had to deal with when we were growing up. So do you have an element of fear in the way that fame could affect them?
You know, it's always an element of fear about fame because you are literally opening yourself up to the public. And, you know, it's scary. It was very scary for me with Solange because I got to experience a lot of things with Beyoncé because she's 5 years older. And my grandchildren, but I guess what I know above anything is that each person is destined for their own life, and you got to let them do what they want to do and what makes them come alive. And so if my grandchildren want to go into this business, then I'm going to support them 1000%. Is it my first choice for them? Nah, it's not. But what can I do?
Do you feel like you're looking at, you know, being in your 70s and going forward? Do you think you look at life slightly differently to perhaps you did after you turned 60?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I say in the book that it's just kind of sad that I had to get to 70 to realize that I am whole by myself. And so I would love to have a relationship and be in love. But if I don't get that, I will be just fine. I didn't know that before 70. I really didn't.
You're coming over to the UK, are you, later this year to promote the book?
Yes, with my girl, Stella McCartney. I absolutely love her. I just had tea with her last week, and we are so excited.
Well, look, when you're over here, Tina, I think you should pop into this studio.
Yes!
Come on our panel, because we've got quite a few matriarchs here. And after our chat today, I think that you would fit in very well indeed.
I would. I'm going to stop by there for sure. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, come and join us for tea, Miss Tina. Join us for tea.
I will.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and good luck with the book. And, yeah, it was really lovely to speak to you.
Such a joy. Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. She was great, wasn't she?
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, really good. Tina's book, Matriarch, is out now.
She won't pop in.
Not while you're on.
I won't.